Hey everyone, my name is Jake, and welcome to the 22nd episode of Good Timin. As always on this podcast, we're going to be talking about one of our favorite bands, the Beach Boys. And today we are going to be doing our third Best of the Beach Boys draft, where we as a group attempt to select the best songs from a specific period in the band's history and make kind of our own sort of fantasy compilation albums. So we're going to be calling this one the Purple Album. So on our first two album draft episodes, we chose 24 tracks that we felt best represented the band's output during the period from 1962 to 1965 and from 1966 to 1969. So today we're going to be picking up from there and choosing 24 tracks from the band's catalog from 1970 to 1974. So like our previous album draft shows, I expect that it's going to be pretty challenging for us to put together this album and narrow it down to just 24 tracks. The band recorded a lot of really great material during this early 70s period. Of course, there was Sunflower and Surf's Up, which both have a ton of amazing songs on them and are both fan favorites. But then there's also Carl and the Passions and Holland, which also contain a lot of really strong tracks. A lot of them have a very unique sound, and they sound unlike anything else the band ever recorded. So I think it's going to be a challenge for us to narrow down our track list, but I'm looking forward to discussing a lot of these early 70s songs with you guys. So before we begin, there are a couple of things that I wanted to quickly mention. First, we decided that with the large amount of material that the group recorded during this time, we decided that it would make sense to allow outtakes and unreleased tracks to be included. So songs like Wouldn't It Be Nice to Live Again and We Got Love are eligible to be on our compilation if we vote for them. But we won't discuss those until after we go through all the released material. And then secondly, in case you missed our first couple album draft episodes and don't know how this works, so what we're going to do is we'll each go around and share one track that we feel is worthy of inclusion on our compilation, and we'll make our case for it. And then the group will vote on whether or not it should be included. So for a song to make the album, at least 3 of the 4 of us have to agree that it should be added, or otherwise it gets left off. So as we saw in our previous album draft episodes, I have a feeling that there are going to be some songs that a couple of us may have different opinions on or disagree about. But I think that's going to make for some fun conversations and debates between us. So I'm looking forward to it. So joining me for today's episode, we have our usual crew of Riley, Justin, and Matt. So to kick things off, guys, any of you want to go first and nominate the opening track on the Purple Album?
I'll go first.
All right.
So I'm going to nominate Slip On Through. This started off the Sunflower album. I think it's a really great way to start off a compilation. I think it's a really cool Dennis cut. It has a really cool vocal from him. I really enjoyed the song. I think it's really energetic and fun. And so that's what I'm nominating for the opening cut. So
Yeah.
Vote, thumbs up.
I would say yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely agree. It's got so much energy. Really a great way to open Sunflower. And I feel like it's a great way to open kind of this period for them. You know, it's got a lot of energy and it's a great rocking vocal from Dennis. So I love it.
And then I'm going to keep the list of what gets the votes and what doesn't.
I'll go This Whole World. I mean, I feel like this is kind of a no-brainer, especially like it keeps the tempo going. It's like a great pace song, even though it has like 50,000 different chord changes. But it's just kind of one of those like, and I know Jake really likes this kind of genre. It's a very power poppy song. Yeah, for like, especially for like early 70s. I guess recorded in 1969 too. But I feel like this is just another one that kind of shows that like Brian Wilson genius in an unconventional way. But like I said, it keeps the pace up and it's just like a really fun rocker, especially coming off like a more poppy album like Sunflower. It's one of the more like harder driven songs. So I think it's This Whole World.
Yep, I had it on my list, so it gets my vote. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for me too. Yeah, pretty much spot on. Yeah, it's so power poppy, and I love how like the chords are kind of all over the place. It jumps around so much, and I love that middle section. The when girls get mad at boys and go many times. That's such a beautiful part of the song, and I just love the arrangement too. It's just a lot. It's an amazing song. So definitely gets my vote.
That almost sounds like a song, within a song. Probably all the chord changes too.
Yeah.
I would say yes. I also really like there's really the guitar work is kind of buried in there, but there's like a lot of really like insane guitar work on that song.
Okay, so let's see if I can get this on the album because I know one of us doesn't necessarily care for this song. I'm going to nominate Add Some Music to Your Day. I think this is a really pretty song. I think the group harmonies on it are gorgeous. I love the lyrics. Like, again, they're very simple, but they're heartfelt. I connect with this song a lot because I'm very passionate about music myself. So I feel like I can really relate with the lyrics because music's a big part of my life. I love the bridge section with Carl. The music when you're alone. It's just so pretty, and the group harmonies on this they really sell it, and I just think it's a beautiful track. So I'm gonna nominate "Add Some Music to Your Day."
No.
What do you guys?
No.
You wanna
It's
go?
grown on me. I definitely appreciate it a lot more than I did a while ago. I don't know if it's a 12 string in the beginning. Justin, you might know
I
that.
I think so. I think it is. Yeah, it sounds like
So the
it.
12 string acoustic, I don't.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So I mean, there's a lot of like production elements on it I really appreciate, but those lyrics are so cheese balls. Like add some music, and that's always gonna get me no matter what. But I do appreciate it a bit more. But if we're gonna do a whole compilation, and then I want room for outtakes. No way, no chance.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. Like, I think it is a pretty song, like you said, and the harmonies are nice, and I love Carl's part, but it's a little syrupy, and there's just so much material to go through, and we only have so much space, and especially since we're throwing outtakes into it, that I think we should just save some room. So that's why I said no. Sorry.
I like this song, and it's the same reason, like space, and we just have so many great songs, and we just have to think about what can make the cut and what can't, and to me, this song is great, but I think there's other better songs that could be on the compilation.
It looks like we're not adding some music to our day.
Shut up.
I had to.
All right, Justin, what do you got?
All right, I think we all kind of agree on this song. This is one of the best songs on Sunflower. I'm gonna say "All I Want to Do."
Yeah, that was the next on my
I don't think we
list.
have to debate that one.
This is lining up perfectly with the spreadsheet. So yeah.
I'll go next. I'm gonna nominate Forever. I think it's one of Dennis's best ballads. It's a very pretty song, gorgeous harmonies. I love the mix that is on something where you can kind of hear Brian doing that crazy falsetto. I think it's on
Title, yeah.
on one of the compilations. Who knows which one it's on? There's so many now. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. It was like the wedding ballad that never was. So I nominate Forever.
This is like it's required listening for the Beach Boys. So yeah, absolutely.
I think,
Yeah.
like Matt, you mentioned like Brian's falsetto on this song. I really like Brian's falsetto around this period. It's like almost took on like a very like reedy quality.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds really, really good on this album.
Yeah. When was the falsetto gone? Like 74?
I would say, yeah, around 73, 73, I would
Well,
say.
you can hear the last traces of it on like that "In the Back of My Mind"
In
piano
the back
demo.
of my mind, yeah.
That was like 70.
Yeah.
Okay, so
75, 75.
that was 75. Okay.
He's like wheezing on that. He's like at the very, very end of just from all the
Yeah,
coke
it's like
that
out
he
of
was doing.
breath.
But I was gonna say there was someone on the subreddit one time that said like Brian like couldn't sing past a certain year. I don't remember what year it was.
Yeah, but then he got you back, and then get you back. You can hear it again.
Get you back, it's there, yeah, but it's not the same as it was before. It's a little bit different.
No, but it's definitely a lot better than it was before.
It's a lot better. Yeah, I think he spent a lot of time on that one too. Like,
Yeah, there's that story of like Steve Levine saying, "Go get vocal lessons." Then he did.
Yeah.
And you could definitely tell that on a technical scale, he was definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
than
Well, also with
before.
age too, your voice gets shot as you get older. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, and I feel like especially someone like Brian, of course, is going to get shot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
smoking and cocaine and hamburgers will do a lot for you.
He can't really sing anymore like he used to. I mean, he's 80 years old. What do you?
that's so sad. Paul McCartney.
Okay, so Forever. So we're good on that one. Thumbs up for
Yeah.
Definitely thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Oh man, this spreadsheet's like perfect. So I'm gonna round out the 3-song suite. Our Sweet Love. This is just like, and for me at least, I know everybody points to All I Want to Do as like the dream pop influence song, but I could totally see this also being an influence on it, especially like Cockthrough Twins. Like this song, you just hear that like ethereal sound to it. And the strings on this are so beautiful. But then there's also the little guitar riff. It's I love this song. I think it's required to be on this thing, especially to round out that 3-song suite that goes so well together.
Okay.
Yeah, thumbs up for me. I think it's a beautiful song, and I think Carl's vocal on it is just angelic. And I think you combine that with the production, and I just love the chorus, like how it goes up, like "There's nothing in this world like our sweet love." Like it's so pretty, and I absolutely love it. So I definitely would vote yes on that.
I didn't have it on my list, but you make a really compelling case, so thumbs up from me.
Oh hell yeah!
I had it on mine, so I'm gonna say thumbs up as well. I really like this song. I really like Carl's vocal. Like you mentioned, Riley, the strings are really great on this tune. Yeah, let's do it. Let's put it on.
Yeah. That song actually it originated around Friends, right? Justin, like around like 68, like the origins of the song. It sounded different then, but
Yeah, it was Our Happy Home was
are
the
happy
tune.
home.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna nominate the first track from Surfs Up. That's gonna make our compilation, hopefully. Long Promised Road. I think this is an amazing song. I think this is my favorite Carl Wilson song. I think it's amazing, both songwriting wise and production. I absolutely love the driving chorus, like the hit hard at the battle that's confronting me. It's such a driving chorus, and I love that middle section with the synth. The starts the dawn carries on to the season's ending. Like it's an amazing song. I love the guitar work at the end, like that really ripping guitar solo, and Carl did pretty much all of the instrumentation on this, I'm pretty sure, as well, which makes it
Yeah.
even more special. So this is a highlight for me in the band's entire catalog. So I'm going to nominate Long Promised Road.
On my list, so it gets a thumbs up.
Yep, on my list.
I'm gonna jump a little bit ahead here. I'm gonna go with Till I Die. This is one of the best songs on Surf's Up, in my opinion. Just the beautiful vibraphone. Brian's lyrics are just like incredible on this song, so heartfelt and so real. It deserves to be on this compilation. It's honestly one of the best Beach Boys songs in this period.
Yeah, it's one of the best Beach Boys songs, period.
Mhm.
Like ever.
Probably some
Just
of
from
the
there.
probably the best lyrics Brian ever wrote because he's not known for his lyrics, but this was a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, this was like, but it also kind of just hit where I feel like a lot of artists write some of their best material when they're going through some of like the worst times of their life, and I feel like for Brian, it just absolutely kind of all everything that was happening before, kind of all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the phrase is, but it came ahead. It hit right there, and one of his best songs. I mean, there's that video that says it's like Brian's like last true masterpiece of a song. I disagree. I feel like he has some really good ones after, but I can totally see why.
Was that Bruce Johnston that said that? It's his great
Yes.
last. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. I love the line, I'm a leaf on a windy day. Pretty soon I'll be blown away. Like it's like they're very simple like lyrics, but like they work so well and like really give you that feeling that how Brian was feeling at that time, you know? So it's really, and the production is just amazing. Like it was Desper did it, right? It sounds amazing.
Yeah. No.
Okay, thumbs up for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're unanimous. I don't think this is going to get the votes, but I'm going to nominate Field Flows. I really enjoy this song. I think it's really kind of like almost like proggy in a way. I actually like it better than Long Promised Road. I know that might be a bit of a hot take. And, you know, it was used so well and Almost Famous. And I really enjoy this song. I think it should be on the compilation.
Yeah. I was gonna nominate that. It was I feel like this is, I mean, I know I mentioned Holland being like their prog album, but I feel like this is their most prog song, even a freaking flute solo in the middle.
Yes.
Uh,
Love that. And
but
then
that heavy guitar, that's kind of feel like it really goes unnoticed because it is pretty like heavy. I don't know if it's distorted or fuzzed. But that's just like right in the background, and it's just like not necessarily like a lead guitar solo, but it's just like there's like a lead guitar part, and it's just for me that like hits the spot, and then that whole like jam out freak out section of the song like is my favorite part of the song.
Yeah.
But the production on this one is so unique, but it's also so great. It's so unheard of in the Beach Boys catalog, and it's one of those like true like prog moments in Surfs Up that I just love it.
and I think this was another one that Carl did most, if not all, the instruments. Justin, what is that instrument that kind of like is like the brum, 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 brum,
Yeah.
brum? What is
I was
that?
going to talk about that. So it's a backwards synthesizer, it sounds like to me, which where they probably flipped the tape over and then he just played the notes and then played it backwards.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much it.
probably my favorite part of that's probably my favorite part of the song, but I love this song.
It gets a yes from me too. I had it on
Yeah,
my
me
list.
too.
I think really, really cool song. I love the vibe of it. Very like kind of interesting and weird Jack Riley lyrics on it, but I think they work really well on the song. And I love that part that you mentioned, the end, the wow, and that guitar, Riley. The first time I heard this and that guitar came in, I was like, God damn, like the da-na, da-na. I was like, holy shit, like this
It's like
freaking
lower, yeah.
Yeah, the song did take a while to grow on me as a whole, for sure. Like I remember, I think I mentioned this before, but like when I saw Brian live a few years ago, they did this song, and at that point, I remember I wasn't like nuts about it. But now I do really like it. I think it's one of the strongest tracks from their '70s period, so gets a yes from me.
You're actually the one I didn't think was going to vote for it, but I'm pleasantly surprised to hear that you vote
It's
for
grown on me over time. It's grown on me over time.
it. Unanimous to
Should
me.
get him into Jethro Tull.
Throw toll.
Good luck.
It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of Jethro Tull actually. So
How many tracks are we at, Matt?
We are at 8.
So we're on
Alright.
side 2 still. No.
I haven't been like splitting up by sides. I'll do that later.
So it's technically not an outtake. I'm gonna reach back a little bit, and I don't know if you guys are gonna vote it on, but it's on the spreadsheet. And when we transitioned from Sunflower to Surfs Up, you broke the spreadsheet. So I'm gonna try to get it on. Lady Fallen in Love. It's so weird to hear like a drum machine in 1970. But like I didn't really notice it too much until it was pointed out to me. But it's like a pretty short song, but it's so damn cool. I like the little like acoustic guitar. I don't know if it's shuffle, what like the technical term is, but like, and then Dennis's vocal is like so soft, which is like I feel like this is kind of where he's almost finding his signature voice. And it's just a really cool single from the period that I feel like is a good way to transition from Sunflower to Surfs Up. And it's only 2 minutes, so it'll definitely fit. So I mean, I just wanted to put it out there. I don't know if you guys want it in.
So I absolutely vote for this because I do really like it, but I'll have to check with Justin on this. Was this ever in consideration to be an actual Beach Boys song? Because I didn't write it on my list because I thought it was just a Dennis solo song, like that he released.
Right.
So I kind of like it's almost. I don't know if we can include it for that reason.
That's what I was gonna say too, because it was Dennis Wilson and Rumbo, and it was supposed to be for his solo album that didn't come out around that time. It was never really a Beach Boys cut per se.
If it was, I would absolutely vote for it though. Like I love it. It's beautiful, but I just don't think it's a Beach Boys cut.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It fell on box set, so I mean, I kind of thought about that too, but I mean, I just said fuck it. Like,
I think if was it ever on the intended track list for like how they had multiple track lists of Sunflower, Justin? Was it ever on there or just the Dennis
I believe
solo?
it was. I believe it was. I'd have to go back to my notes to check, but going off the top of my head, I believe it was.
I mean,
Or at
I
least
would
on one of those tapes that they like assembled material of like stuff they were working on, kind of thing.
okay, you know what? Well, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up then. It gets a thumbs up. I think it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite.
It's technically not an outtake. It was a single. So
No, it wasn't an outtake. You're right, technically. And then again, let me think of it this way too. They did put River Song on 10 Years of Harmony, and that was always a Dennis.
Yeah.
So you know what? Thumbs up. I'm giving a thumbs up too. I love that song.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up
Spreadsheet's
too. This
back.
is kind of a cool way to get this song on like a regular album.
All right, well, let's get this one out of the way. Title track from Surfs Up. Surfs Up. I mean, it's just a masterpiece. It's absolutely beautiful. The beginning section with Carl on lead is really pretty, and the lyrics from Van Dyke Park, again, they're very odd, they're very strange, like you don't necessarily understand them, but I think they really suit the song well. They create like an atmosphere. The second half with Brian, where it's just Brian and the piano, is really haunting and beautiful, and that outro with the group harmonies is just sublime. Like that's one of my favorite Beach Boys moments, like in any song. So I think the song's a masterpiece, and I feel like it absolutely should be on the compilation. So
yeah, I agree. For the chicken tenders story alone,
Chicken tender.
that's a throwback.
only our longtime listeners will remember
Only
that.
only our real fans will get that.
I think
one.
I remember that. Wasn't it like you
The
got
OG.
You're not a real fan if you don't remember that one.
like you got high and listened to the song and wanted chicken tenders from the
I was specifically getting food at the dining hall, and I'm like, I was just like, this was like 2 years ago now, like almost on the dot. Like I was like end of the school year, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to the dining hall, and I got chicken tenders, and Surfs Up came on, and like this is like one of the first times I was like listening to the song, so like I just did like in the back of my mind, I didn't expect that part to hit, but then like the child, the father, and then, like I started freaking out, and I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Now you guys are caught up for our new fans.
Yes, but go back and listen to the old episode because the whole story in grave detail.
Next, still from Surfs Up, A Day in the Life of the Tree. I believe this song really deserves a spot on this album because again, like Brian's lyrics are so real. Jack Riley's vocal is just insane on this. I for many years I had no idea who even sang on this. Um, and just it gives like the feeling of a tree talking. Jack Riley's vocal. It's so emotive, and um, the organ, the pump organ that they use on it, it's just so I don't know. It's just so serene with the little sound effects and stuff.
Oh,
It's just a really cool song. I think it's one of the best songs that Surfs Up, and I believe it deserves a spot on our compilation.
I just thought of something now. This song is the musical equivalent of reading The Giving Tree and flipping it over and seeing that scary picture of Shel Silverstein.
My gosh.
yeah.
I just thought of that right now, like when you were describing the song again. I'm like, yeah, it kind of reminds me of that.
I'm picturing like a clip of like the song playing in the background and it's just zooming in on his face, like pollution and slow death. And
Like the book is so moving, and then it's like your tears immediately dry as soon as you turn over the thing and see the picture of
Yeah.
it. But anyway, I vote for yes, it's a great song. It was on my list.
Ooh.
Shel Silverstein, I remember where the sidewalk ends. That's the one
That's
I
a good
remember.
Yes.
I remember when Shel Silver's Shel. You remember when those books came out?
Yeah, I remember when they came out. Well, that was before my
But-
time too, but still.
So Matt said yes. I'm gonna say no, and I'll give my reasons. It's just like I have a spreadsheet and I want to stick with it. But I feel like, especially for the Surf's Up songs, there are particular outtakes that I would like to fit on this side, and to make it cohesive, there's one particular song that I want to end side one. Because so far we have all the songs on the spreadsheet for side one, which is really new for this like compilation that we do. And there's one particular song that could be our 12th track that I would like, and unfortunately, A Day in the Life of the Tree is not that song.
This would be the
So
11th.
I'm gonna say no, just so we also have enough room for the rest of the tracks on disc 2 with Carla Passions and Holland.
This
So
is the 11th.
I do like it, and if it was like an honorable mention or like a secret track, I would put it there. But particularly, there is one song that I want to do at the end, and it's not this one.
But Riley, this is the 11th song, not the 12th.
Oh, there's one track we missed. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna say no.
Okay, I'm just
I
saying
want-
it's not the 12th track. This is the 11th. So that's why I just wanted to bring that up. But I'm still voting yes.
Sexy as a bitch, man.
So it's up to you, Jake. You have the deciding vote.
Oh God. I really love the song, so I think it's really moving and haunting. I was gonna say no because I wanted to get another song on from this album, but I know you guys aren't gonna vote yes on that other song, so I'm just gonna say yes. Dan Tree, let's put it on.
You never know. I didn't think you guys were going to say yes.
All right.
Oh,
Well, so there's one more track from Surf's Up that I want to nominate, and it's Disney Girls.
no,
Okay. Well, all right.
no, it's
Good.
my turn first. It's my turn first. Now I actually had Disney Girls on my list too.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Jesus.
He's like, whoa.
I guess
Christ.
since you brought it up, I'll just nominate it. I do like Disney Girls. It is a bit syrupy, it is, but it is also very moving. And I think it has enough to it for me that it kind of tips over to not be too syrupy, because Bruce could get really syrupy. Like that song, that cover on the solo album is terrible, whatever it is, the one you keep putting in the chat.
Ocean Lovers.
Not Ocean Lovers.
Go in public.
I'm going public. What is it like? Won't somebody dance with me or whatever that song is called? Like that's
No, we're not about that. No.
Slow summer dancing.
that's too cheesy, and
That's a later episode.
that's another episode. But this I actually do like because it is moving. It has some good lyrics. It has that loss of innocence vibe that I enjoy. Some of it's a little cheesy, like I'll fill your hand with a Tootsie Roll, and that's a little much. But it's Bruce, it wouldn't be a Bruce song without some cheese in it. But I do quite like it, and I had it on my list, so I'm gonna nominate that.
Yeah. This was a Bruce one I've always liked. Kind of like Deirdre. I feel like it just kind of fits that sweet spot, but especially on this one, there's a story of him like they're like performing at a concert and he's seeing like drugged out Beach Boys fans, which is like kind of that was not his perception of like the fans of the band. And so he wrote the song kind of like about let's kind of go back to this instead of us being like so ruined with the counterculture stuff. And I feel like that made the song hit even harder for me. So that's kind of why, like, even with that like Tootsie Roll lyric, the song still works perfectly. It's like that just right amount of like corniness and campiness that it works. So I want to nominate it, and it I think it fits totally with the themes of Surf's Up. So
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to say yes as well. It's a good way to represent Bruce on the album.
Yeah. I should have put Deirdre up, but I didn't think I was going to get the votes. So I'll just put this one up.
I had
didn't
it.
fit the spreadsheet, man.
Well, I don't know what's on your spreadsheet. It was on mine. But anyway, so I know you're going to say yes, Jake, because this is like one of your favorites from Surf's Up.
Yeah, it's in my top 10 all-time Beach Boys songs. I love it. I love the melancholic kind of vibe of it. Like you said, Riley, like he's like looking back at that time that's gone. And the fact that, it's also called Disney Girls 1957. 1957, I believe, was the year that Bruce witnessed that murder at the recording studio, which you can view that as like referring to like his loss of innocence. Like that's kind of like that was when everything changed for him. And yeah, I just think, it's a little syrupy for sure. But like, I just think it's really, really pretty. And I love that middle section, like the "Hi Rick and Dave, I pop, good morning, mom." Like it's a really well written song. I think this is the best song Bruce ever wrote, and I think it's also the best like arranged song he ever did. It just sounds just gorgeous, and I love the harmonies on it. So definitely Disney Girls.
Because that's
Ocean lovers.
how that other
like
album.
to harmonize.
Okay, so this is on the list. Riley, you
They're all
go.
cousins, friends, and brothers. Who make their mamas cry.
What are you nominating?
There's an outtake that I wanted to put, but we're not doing outtakes yet. So I'm gonna skip that, and we're gonna skip ahead to Carl and the Passions. I want to do Here She Comes.
Absolutely.
I kind of feel like it's a given, especially for me. It's just like this song fucking rips. It's one of the, like I mentioned, it's one of the first songs that I found in the Beach Boys deeper catalog. Where I mean, even I know it's Ricky and Blondie. Now I didn't know that then because I didn't really look into it, but it's such a damn good song. It's like one of the greatest rockers from the band, and it shows that Ricky and Blondie really added some much needed energy to the band. Like I know that Surf's Up was absolutely incredible album, but you got to admit, like they were kind of like just passing by really, and this was like much needed energy for them. And this song absolutely rips, and it's for me easily the best song on Carl and the Passions. So Here She Comes.
I've already said I love Here She Comes. I think it's an awesome song. One of the best lyrics in the catalog. Wherever she goes, the devil dances and the gods lay down in defeat. That is a great lyric. And you saying that it was passing them by. That made me think of "Don't pass me by, don't make me cry, don't make me blue."
Make me blue.
I actually really love it.
I'm so in love with you.
I'm a big Ringo apologist. What can I say?
I'm not.
I know. I don't like it.
Ringo the Fourth.
Okay, not Ringo the Fourth.
Stop and smell the roses.
I don't mean Ringo's solo stuff. I mean like his songs he put on the songs he wrote for the group. I really like them. That's what I meant.
Hey, there's a couple bangers on Ringo the Fourth.
Well, there's not.
Yes, there is. Wings, simple love song, slap. I like Here She Comes gets a thumbs up from me. I think this is one of Blondie and Ricky's best compositions with the band. Love that lyric you mentioned, Matt, too. Wherever she goes, the devil dances. Like that's such a odd lyric. Like you don't think, oh, like the Beach Boys, like they wouldn't write a lyric like that. Well, there you go. There's that lyric.
They wouldn't put the devil in a song.
No, Mike.
It's not our clean cut boys.
Yeah, but I just absolutely love the song, and I love like the listen, hear the music play. Like it's like, the whole song, like from start to finish. Even though it's kind of a long song, like it's over 5 minutes, like it never lets up, and like I never get bored of it. I'm like, oh, this rips, so I love it.
Yeah,
I echo the same things as the other guys, and I give it a thumbs up. This is probably one of the best songs on Carl and the Passions, and it deserves a spot on our compilation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's also if we go adhere to the spreadsheet, it is the best, like one of the best songs we could do to open up side two, or not side two, disc two.
But I was also going to say too, this is a great song to represent the Blondie and Ricky era of the band.
Yep.
We better get more Ricky and Blondie songs in there.
Well, I have another one on my list too.
Oh,
I do too.
I'm not.
I got four.
I
got four more than
I told Jake. I said I'm not going to put outtakes on my list, but I'm not opposed to voting for outtakes. It's just we have to.
Yeah.
It's like Survivor. We have to vote something off the island, though.
Unfortunately, I feel like the spreadsheet's gonna break soon, though.
Okay, I'm gonna nominate Marcella. I think this is a really great rocker from Carl and the Passions. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. I love the lyrics, like the one arm over my shoulder, sandals dance at my feet. Ooh, Marcella, so sweet. It's a great lyric. I love that slide guitar solo in the middle. It sounds very like George Harrison-esque. I think that's really cool. This is a song that's just always I've always really liked. This is one of the first songs from Carl and the Passions that really clicked with me, and this song rips live as well. So I think it's a great rocker, and I definitely would say it belongs on the compilation.
Mm-hmm. I vote yes too. I also, going back to your part about the one arm over my shoulder, I love Dennis's like backup on it. It was like one arm, and he goes one arm over my shoulder. I love his backing vocals.
One arm over my shoulder. Hell yeah. Voting yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you putting the studio version or the live version on here?
I say
Studio.
Studio, okay.
I think they're both good, but I'm going to say studio.
I say keep it just the studio stuff because we're already putting outtakes. I don't think we need to be mixing live stuff in there. Then it's just going to get too messy.
Yeah, Marcel is a no-brainer.
Okay, Justin, you get to nominate something.
I'm gonna go with, and I know all of us like this song, so I'm gonna go with "All This Is That" from Carl and the Passions. The lyrics are kind of weird because they're kind of TM, but the beautiful harmonies and Carl's vocals at the end specifically make up for that. And I think that probably this is the best song on Carl and the Passions, so really deserves a spot.
Yeah, I feel like this is the best song they ever did about TM.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I've always kind of been a bit of a defender of that stuff because I mean, it doesn't really bother me a whole lot. I know Mike Love can really get like pretentious about the TM shit, and it kind of makes it so it's like, is he being serious or is he just looking for attention kind of thing? Because I know Al was a big TM guy, but he wasn't like a dick about it. But like, yeah, I feel like just the song is so beautiful that like even though it is about that topic, it's not in your face about it. And they do really, and I really love that Jay Guru Dev like part, and it reminds me of Across the Universe too. So yeah, this one needs to be on there.
It's one of the best songs that Brian had no hand in writing. That's in the Beach Boys catalog. It's a great tune.
That's
And,
very true. Yeah.
Going back to what we were saying about the TM stuff, my biggest problem with some of the TM stuff is some of it sounds, like I said it before, it almost sounds like an advertisement. This doesn't. This just sounds more like spiritual, like you mentioned, Across the Universe. I'm also thinking like some of the more Indian influenced George Harrison songs. Like my favorite is probably The Inner Light, which was the flip side to Lady Madonna. I love that song. And it kind of gives me that vibe too.
Yeah, I've said this song. I mean, it's one of my favorite Beach Boys songs. I think it's so pretty, and I think the lyrics actually fit the vibe very well. Like you said, they're very spiritual, and I just love them. I love the part where Mike comes in with the golden aura, or I think it's Al actually. Golden auras blow around you. I'm the present. Love surrounds you. It's just such a great song, and the ending with Carl is just so like heavenly and pretty. And I listen to this song all the time. It's been my most streamed Beach Boys song for a couple of years now, so I absolutely love it.
Okay, sounds unanimous to me. I do not think this is going to get any votes, but I'm going to nominate anyway because I like it. You need a mess of help to stand alone. I know it's a little messy, but I think it's pretty raucous. It's pretty rockin'. I love how I really like the song. I kind of like the different parts where it's like, she don't know, she don't know. I really enjoy it. I'm putting it out there.
I enjoy this one. It's not gonna get a vote, but it has grown on me a little bit. I think it's getting past that initial like awkward vocal in the beginning, like after the dun 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 dun. I forgot the lyric, but it's like da, 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 da.
It's not as awkward as I don't think it's as bad as She's Got Rhythm. I was talking about awkward vocals at the beginning.
But I kind of like that one though. I feel like it kind of adds some charm to, but like it adds some charm to the song on that one. But I mean, I'm like I said, I feel like it's a great song. It's just for me, I have to get past that initial vocal because like if I'm listening, if I'm listening to music, or specifically if I'm in my car.
I hate that.
But if I'm listening to it and I hear that initial like da 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 da, it's like if I don't move my hand from pressing the skip button, I'll enjoy it. But most of the time, I'm gonna hit that skip button.
Yeah, it's sorry, man. It's a no for me. I'm still not at the point where I love this song. I think it's at best, it's fine. I don't know. It's just not one I listen to. I think in the context of the album, it works okay. But again, I'm not a huge fan of that opening vocal either from Carl. I do like some of the production. Like I like how there's that part where like there's like a little like violin solo or whatever string instrument that is. I do like that. And the She Don't Know part's okay. But overall, it's just not a song that really clicks with me. I think one of you guys said it's a lesser version of another song. I forgot which song that was, but I kind of agree with that. Funky Pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
guess
like
I
once
don't
you have Funky Pretty, it's like we
Funky
have
Pretty.
Funky Pretty at
I
home.
don't really hear
It's-
Funky Pretty in it, but that's, I guess, fair. Okay, well, I didn't think it was gonna get enough votes anyway, so
Wait, Justin didn't vote though. What is Justin's
it
song?
doesn't matter. It's already, what do you vote, Justin? No.
Justin matters.
I like this song actually. It's fun song. The vocal's kind of rough, but yeah, I'm gonna have to say no. I don't think it's strong enough for greatest hits,
That's
to
fair.
be honest. Yeah.
That's fair. No, I didn't think it was. I put it out there just because like I really like the
It's
song.
a good album track though.
I want to plug the song again. I think it was a single too, actually. Pretty sure it was a single.
It was,
Yeah,
it was. Yeah,
I don't think it's one of their stronger ones. That's just my opinion, though.
it didn't do well.
I love the song. I don't mind the vocal. Like I said, I don't understand how you can say this vocal is rough, but then you defend that awful falsetto at the beginning of She's Got Rhythm. That's way rougher than this. And it's like you honestly put it up for someone, they're gonna immediately hit the skip button as soon as that comes on because it's so rough. Like I don't mind it. It's charming, I agree, but it's just so rough.
I know that's why I
think
like it.
Yeah, I think that this one is like they went out of their way to make it sound like that. But with
Yeah.
She's Got Rhythm, it was just kind of just like
It was
And
It was
that's
like a
why the
natural
critics gave
grind
that
vocal
album
the
like
time.
1-star reviews because they left crap like that on there.
Justin makes a really good point. I feel like with this one, it's super forced, and then She's Got Rhythm. It's like I could just totally picture Brian coked out in the studio.
I guess, but I'm just saying that there's a reason why songs like that is why critics gave that album terrible reviews. But we're moving on.
Yeah, the album is all right. Go see the MIU episode. My thoughts.
Yeah, go. We'll plug that episode. Go watch
All
that.
right, this is. Am I up?
Yep, you're up.
All right, this is where the spreadsheet breaks for everybody, or at least for me, because I know it's not going to get voted on. But I'm a very big defender of this one. Hold on, dear brother. I think it's yeah. Okay.
Boring. Sorry.
Okay. I feel like this song is so heartfelt. I know a lot of people. Shut up.
Matt, just let him talk.
No, I
All
didn't say anything.
But you're thinking it. I feel like this one, it's such a heartfelt song. The vocals on it from Ricky and Blondie hit the spot for me. I feel like this is the Beach Boys meeting the band, and it's like a perfect blend. This really is like the most Ricky and Blondie you ever get from the two of them with the Beach Boys. I know Jake says he likes this one, or he thinks it's all right, but it goes on too long. I think it's perfectly paced for me. It doesn't feel like 5 minutes. I'm really enjoying each part. And that like rootsy style on it is just it's so damn good. And I feel like Ricky and Blondie each give really heartfelt vocals, and then that little breakdown that they do in the song is so good. It hits the spot for me. I know it's not going to get on, but like if I'm adhering to my spreadsheet, I gotta at least talk about it.
I get what you're saying, but to me, I just think it's really boring. I think it just drags. It doesn't really go anywhere for me. I just think it's boring. Sorry.
Yeah, and You Needed Massive Help as a terrible opening vocal. How do you feel about
That's
that?
fine. I don't care. You act like I'm like offended by you saying that. It's fine. Like it didn't get on. That's fine. And I don't care for this. Sorry. I don't.
Yeah, I mean it's growing on me. But it's still it feels long to me, and I do like that part, like the in your heart you'll always love simple feeling that you shout. I wish that like there was more like that, because I don't know, like the whole like the hold on dear brother, like I feel like it's a little too much of that, and I just kind of get a little bored of it. So I'm gonna say no, but again, this is one of those songs I could see it growing on me, like eventually, and reaching a point where like I could come back to it on the album, but right now it's not a favorite of mine, I must say.
I mostly wanted some more Ricky and Blondie representation, but I'm sure we'll get some more of it later on. So I'm not not too hurt. I'm just more upset that the spreadsheet's been broken.
I do like the lyric, I will say. The lyric is very nice, but just the song.
All right, Justin.
But Justin, what are your thoughts on this song? I kind of forgot where you were with them.
I like this song. I think it's a good album track. I really like the pedal steel on it. I like this kind of roots rock stuff anyways, so I think for me, I have no problem with it at all.
Well, Justin appreciates me.
Is it a yes or no?
Is it a yes or no from you? I mean,
I'm gonna have to say no, because the same thing with the first track. It's a good album track. I don't think it deserves a spot on the compilation, to be honest.
okay. So it's a no on Hold On to Your Brother. All right, Jake, you get to nominate something.
All right, so let's move to Holland. Sail on Sailor. I think this is an excellent song, one of their best from this period. I love Blondie's vocal on it. He really sells the song. it's what more can I say? It's an amazing track, and it's one of those songs that it actually got them some FM airplay back in that period at a time when they were not getting much radio airplay at all. So great track. I absolutely love it. One of the highlights of Holland for me.
Yep, great song too. Excuse me, I agree. I can see why Reprise kind of demanded this get put on because I do think the album was kind of lacking a hit single. And I know this wasn't a massive hit, but it did get some airplay, and that's cool. I still wish the Dennis vocal was finished because I would love to hear his take on it. I know he like half-assed a take and then went surfing or something, but I agree. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, but it was not on my list, or not in the. It was like one of like my honorable mentions that I put down. Because
wow,
hey man, when you see Riley's version, it'll make more sense.
I don't think it will, but all right.
No. I like this one like more than any other track. I would want this on, but I have a set spreadsheet that I want, and we had it for a bit, and then we didn't put on Hold On to Your Brother. But yeah, it'll get my vote. I don't give a shit. This gets my vote. It's such a great song. Like I think Holland is all hits, no misses. So absolutely.
And Justin, I saw you gave a thumbs up.
Yeah,
So.
I would say yes. Yeah,
Yep.
this is one of the best songs of the period.
Yes, unanimous. All right, Justin, you get to nominate something.
It's my turn.
Yep, it's your turn.
So I'm gonna nominate. It's actually three songs. I think we know which three songs this is. It's the California Saga. So this, I actually calculated it out. It's 10 minutes of our album. So you might want to write that down when we put it in. If we do vote for it, I'll vote for it. It has to be all together, in my opinion. It just makes more sense that way. What can I say? This is such a highlight of Holland. It has to be honest.
Yeah, this is the whole saga made my top 10 list as a whole with Beaks of Eagles and all that spoken word Al Jardine stuff. There's a couple of different ways I wanted to go about this. There's one particular reason why I want to do outtakes is I wanted that Surf's Up version of Big Sur, and then we could have done the California Saga single, or just like that one particular part of California.
California.
The last part, right?
But on my spreadsheet, I do have all three parts. I just didn't think that we'd actually get all three parts because I know not all of us like Beaks of Eagles. But this is super prog of them to do like a legit 3-song suite where on the album it says California Saga, and then you have that three different sections. And then you had like the flutes, and it hits all the right spots for me. I love Mike Love's Big Sur. I love I love Al Jardine's spoken word. I think it's so him, and it's I think it's like a Robert Frost poem, right?
Something like that.
I believe
The
so.
Road Not Taken, I think.
That's all this.
Like,
that's all this is that. Yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking of for?
Some poem. Let me see. It's like
There is a
It
poem.
is a poem, but it's not.
You're right though. There is one.
And it's
Jeffers.
but it hits all the right spots for me. And
Robinson
you, like,
Jeffers?
kind of have that slow start with Mike Love's Big Sur, and then you have that like little interlude of Beaks of Eagles, and then you have the grand finale with California.
Yeah.
So it absolutely gets my vote for all three parts. But if we didn't, there's definitely a way we can work around it and get at least 2 of the songs on there.
Okay, I'm gonna vote no, and I'll explain why. I do like it. I do. It's nothing like I dislike it. It's just because it's long and it's gonna take up a lot of space. So for me, on my list, it was just the first part, the Big Sur. Just because I was gonna put all three, but like it takes up so much space. I want to fit other stuff on. That's the only reason I'm voting no. It's more on like a technicality thing. But as far as liking the song, I do enjoy it. So, but I'm voting no for those reasons. So it's up to you, Jake.
How many tracks do we have?
So far, 16.
Okay,
But
so
I'm
this
also
will.
looking at it from a time perspective too, because some of these songs.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yes for now because I do really like it as a whole. I mean, honestly, I think I've said before, like Beaks of Eagles, I used to not be too fond of it, but honestly, like the musical parts of it, I do like a lot. So, I love Mike's Big Sur. I think it's a gorgeous song, and then California at the end is so much fun. So I'm gonna vote yes because I do think it all has to go together. But I will say if we do need to edit this down, I feel like a good way to do it would be to take off maybe 2 of these, maybe put on the Big Sur version from Feel Flows instead, and we could maybe make something work there. But I'm gonna say yes for now.
Yeah, and I just want to reiterate, I'm just voting no for those reasons. Not that I dislike it. I actually do really like it, and I do agree it all works together. I was just looking at it from like it's 10 minutes of vinyl, and we only have 20 something minutes to work with.
Yeah,
and so forth. Okay, my turn to nominate. I'm gonna do Steamboat. I love that song. I love the way it fades in. I love the lyrics. I love Carl's vocal. I love the like kind of the counterpoint in the chorus where it's like you have like the roll, roll, and then whoa, worry, Mr. Fulton. We'll get your steamboat calling. I like that little breakdown. I love the song. I adore this song.
Yeah, I love this one. This is arguably one of my favorite Dennis songs. I'm kind of shocked that this one's never mentioned when we talk about Dennis's songwriting. And I know you could totally see Jack Riley's like hand in this one with the lyrics, but just musically, it's also super interesting. And I think I mentioned like I'm a big history guy, and like I feel like, and I think we talked about this during the Holland episode, where like Holland is kind of like a weird like look at the history. Hold on, 1 second.
1 second, too. I'll be right back.
I might as well go to the bathroom too, since everybody's leaving.
I'll just sit here.
Now I'm back.
Well, now they all left.
It's just you and me.
Honey, you and I. No more lonely night.
No,
I'm back.
but like as a whole, it's just like such a great song. It's like such a lost gem in the catalog that it's pretty easy to forget about this one. So it absolutely gets my vote. Any other thoughts on Steamboat?
I like the song. Based on the amount of space we have and the other tracks I want to get on here, I'm gonna say no. I do like it. I think it works really well in the context of the album. I think outside the context of the album, it's not as effective. So I'm gonna say no. But I do like the song. It's one that was a slow grower for me. Like I remember I used to not get it at all, and now I do really appreciate it. But for this 24 song list, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, it's up to you, Justin.
No pressure.
I really like this song a lot. Like Jake, I had a tough time when I first heard it. I didn't really get it at first. I actually wasn't on the Holland episode. See, a lot of you guys don't know my take on all the Holland songs.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm gonna echo Jake's statements that this song isn't strong enough for the compilation, I don't think.
Boo. It's fine.
Yeah.
I do like the song a lot.
I'm just saying, it's funny that you complain about space, but you vote for the California song, which is 10 minutes long.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I would too. I would absolutely vote for the whole California saga over
I
Steamboat.
wouldn't, just because the Beaks of Eagles I still think is too pretentious, but over
It's
Steamboat.
Al. It's not Mike. It's Al.
Still
How
pretentious.
can Al be pretentious?
Over I'm just saying, I like Steamboat better. That's just my opinion.
I could just totally picture, like this 5'4" guy walking in the
I
studio.
like California Saga,
Hey
but
guys, hey, I have an idea. Can we do a spoken word? And they're like, you know what, Al? We'll give you your shot. And he
Okay.
does it, and he makes an awesome 3-part saga.
it's fine. It's
Hope
fine.
like.
Okay, Riley, what are you nominating?
This is gonna be no shock. I'm going Leaving This Town. There's one more song I feel like that is also from Holland that somebody else will mention, and if it doesn't, I'll be shocked. So I'm gonna throw in Leaving This Town. I know I said Feel Flows is the most prog they got. If it's not Feel Flows, it's this one. It's like that slow build up with the lyrics and that like the moodiness, and then you get to that awesome minute and a half of keyboard solo, and then that was definitely drawn out live. I wish it was like 7 minutes, but for what we got, I'll still take it. It's just such a awesome song. It's so grand. It's kind of like it's not the last song on Holland, but I think it would have really worked as like a grand finale for that, especially for that era. But awesome Ricky Blondie song. I think Mike Love also helped out a little bit. So
The lyrics, yeah.
It gets my vote too. I really enjoyed the song, and I agree. I actually would like the solo to be longer because I think it's pretty cool. That might sound kind of weird. So like I don't mind things that are long if they go somewhere. Like I was actually listening to Abbey Road today, and I immediately like took the needle off once I Want You She's So Heavy comes on. I just think that goes nowhere for 7 minutes. Or I do. I really do. I know someone on the Beatles sub agreed with me on that, but I do love Leaving This Town though. So yes, thumbs up for me.
Yeah, it's a thumbs up for me too. This probably is my favorite Blondie Ricky composition. It's definitely the one I listen to the most. I love the chord changes. I love the lyric. It's very moving lyric. Kind of melancholic in a way. Kind of about moving on, like starting a new life almost. And I love it. And again, that middle solo, it used to not always be my thing. I used to kind of be like, I don't really care for this. Now I do like it, but I'm glad it's not any longer than it is. I definitely don't agree with you guys that it should be longer. I'm glad it ends when it does. I just think it's a great song. I love the vocals at the end too. Like I think it's Mike with this town.
oh yeah,
I really like that a lot. So I love
such a
this
good
song.
use of his vocals.
I know. It's great.
This town.
Yeah, this song takes you on a journey. I really love the keyboard solo in the middle, the Moog solo. Um, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, it is
Hell
unanimous.
yeah.
Heck
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and we are at 18 songs, by the way.
Okay, The Traitor. I think it's an amazing song. It's probably my second favorite Carl song. I love the lyrics. I love the melody, especially that first half. It's just like really driving and like the sign sincerely. Like Carl's vocal is so good. And I think Matt, you said like the subject matter is very interesting. It's about like manifest destiny. Really interesting song, and that second half, very pretty vocal from Carl as well. I do really like the song a lot. I know it is kind of on the longer side, so it does take up space time wise on this proposed record, but I think it's just an amazing song, and it's one of my favorites from the 70s period. So definitely voting yes on The Traitor.
Yeah, it gets a yes from me. I echo everything you say, and I know I spoke at length about it in our Holland episode plug. So yeah, thumbs up for me.
Absolutely love the Trader.
Hi.
We were talking about this before the podcast, and all of us kind of agreed that this is a great song.
So it's
Yep.
unanimous.
That's it, Justin. You
That's
missed the
it, yeah.
entire Holland episode. That's all your thoughts on the Trader.
It's a great Carl song. I really like it. I love the spoken thing at the beginning, the high. Yeah, it's a really great song.
One of his kids.
I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's a little bit long,
That's
but
fair.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
like
feel like
the
everything
lyrics.
that's been said about it has been said. Like,
You can cut
Yeah, I
this.
don't know
really go
what
into more
else to add
detail.
that you guys didn't say already. What do I have here? I'm running out of tracks now.
That's why we got outtakes.
I'm gonna go with Funky Pretty. I feel that this is one of Brian's, well, it's one of the only Brian compositions on this album, and I think it deserves a spot because of that. It is pretty catchy. Um, I do like Blondie's vocal on it as well too. The parts that he has, and the use of the Moog synthesizer. So I'm gonna say Funky Pretty.
I like this one, but I'm gonna say no. I feel like it is a better version of "You Need a Mess of Help," but I personally, I just there's other songs I would want on here than "Funky Pretty," but it definitely works way better in the album, and I do really enjoy it. Like I said, Holland is all hits, no misses. But if we're doing like greatest hits, I feel like "Funky Pretty" isn't one of the greatest representations of Holland. So
I love Funky Pretty. I think it's a really fun song. I love the lyrics, like the kind of the astrology lyrics, like the "It's a starlit night at the sea, and if you're cosmically conscious," it's just a really fun lyric. And I love that middle section where like they're saying the cities or the towns weird, like the Queen in Grey Houdini, the meaning in Los Angeles. Like it's very funny. And I love the end where like they're going back and forth with the vocals, like the "Still remember Funky Pretty." Like I just really like that. It's kind of like a group effort. And I just think it's a really fun song. I think it's a great way to close Holland too. So I love this song. So it's a yes from me. So
It also has one of my favorite lyrics: "A Pisces lady loves romance." I don't know why, I just really love that lyric.
it's a
I
fun
don't
lyric.
know. I feel like the whole astrology angle was done better on Summer in Paradise with Strange Things Happen.
Well, I know
Oh,
you're not a big fan of astrology, so you mentioned that before in the chat. The astrology.
No, I'm not.
Remember you said
Fucking
that.
hate astrology.
He's always saying he's not a fan of it. I'm not a
Oh,
fan
okay,
of it.
yeah.
I know you're not a fan of astrology because you said in the chat the astrology bullshit pisses me off. I remember you said that.
That does sound like something I would say.
No, Matt, I think it's stupid too, but I like this song though. I
No,
do
I
think
Oh yeah, this song's fun.
Yeah,
It's good.
astrology is like one of those things that it's just it's written so generally that it can apply to like almost anybody.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's
It's like
bullshit.
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
yeah.
Astrology bullshit.
The
I'd
school-
say though it's good to use on dates. I will say that.
Oh, that's true. Girls love this stuff.
Well, no, because there was that. We can cut this out, but it was like that Swifty video you were telling me about, Jake. That was like, oh, the Scorpio anthem, and you said you out of it when that came up.
I can't, man. I can't.
No, Justin's right though. Like I'm gonna start pulling up Beach Boys lyrics if I'm on a date with an astrology girl. I'll be like, Pisces lady loves romance, and she'd be like, oh my god, that's such a Pisces thing to say.
I'm gonna ask, are you cosmically conscious? That's my question.
Well, I mean, I think the bigger problem you'd have is like trying to find girls that are even into the kind of music you like.
Oh, wait till but when they see that I can levitate.
Girls there with round
It's all over then.
float above the floor. Okay, so, and we can cut this out, but are we good to move on to outtakes? Because I can't really think of any more album tracks that I'm gonna.
That's some of my best comedy material. I wouldn't cut that out.
I'll keep that in. What are we
Keep
at
that
right
in.
now for our track list? Like how many?
We're at 20, so we have 4 spots left, but then we have to look at time because we're probably gonna have
But that's enough to, I think we can get maybe like one or two outtakes in there, and then maybe we might have to move around some of the songs for time's sake.
Okay.
Can I throw out one song from that we didn't mention from earlier from an album?
Yeah.
I think this is one of the strongest songs on Sunflower, in my opinion. I really love Deirdre. I think it's great. I think it's one of Bruce's strongest songs. I love the melody. I love the vocals. I think it's great. And I think the group harmonies on it are gorgeous too. So I would vote it on personally. I think a lot of people would like it on there too, but I mean, if you guys don't care for it.
There's other songs I want, and at this point with the spreadsheet, I just gotta say fuck it. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys broke that spreadsheet a long time ago.
It's on. I was actually gonna point that one out. I'm like, let's just move on.
I just think it's melodically really strong. I just think musically it's a really great
song.
Yeah, and on a personal level, like I can tell you, like the Deirdre and Disney Girls are easily my two favorite Bruce songs.
Same here.
Kick endless harmonies ass.
And the faraway near place or whatever. That's nearest faraway place.
Faraway place. A lot of people like that song.
Yeah,
I do.
They're delusional.
I think it's fine. I think it's nice. It's like nice background noise.
No, it's not.
But anyway,
nice background noise. Listen to these guys.
The other reason I like Deirdre is the Earthbound reference. It has to go on there for the Earthbound reference alone.
It is funny. That really like kind of like, like that very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like haunting opening. And then Bruce, the trouble you had wasn't so bad.
It wasn't so bad.
But I love the lyric. I like the lyric though. It's very heartfelt,
Yeah, it's so genuine.
I think my favorite part of the song is tomorrow at 10, I'll wake you and then we'll take a bath. That's such a Bruce lyric.
Yeah.
But it's like Bruce, like it's kind of like with late 60s Paul, where it's like you're like almost there, but you hit the sweet spot for me.
Yeah.
It's like Martha My Dear, like it's super corny, but like not too corny where like I'm gonna shit on it like Endless Harmony.
What about Honey Pie? Honey Pie, you are making me crazy. I'm in love, but I'm lazy.
No.
I love that.
No.
Do music hall for you.
No. Why does Paul have an obsession with pies? Like
Flaming Pie, yeah.
Flaming Pie, Honey Pie. What's that one that he mentions in Penny Lane or whatever?
For a fish finger pie. I think it's our reference.
Yeah, like
okay, Justin.
I think it's a British thing.
Justin, what do you vote yes on Deirdre? No.
I didn't put it on my list because I was thinking of breaking up the albums per side. But now that we have extra space, I will say yes, it is a good song. I really like this version, especially compared to the Go in Public version, which has the disco version. It's not my favorite, but this version is perfect. I think, like Riley said, this is the perfect kind of blend of like cheese and just like a really great song.
Heartfelt. It's
heartfelt. Yeah.
It's not like Ocean Lovers. It's not Ocean Lovers. It's like it's you know what I mean. Can I throw out an outtake?
Yeah. What do we got?
There's actually I have quite a few on here. We have a lot of Ricky and Blondie era stuff, so I'll go back to Surf's Up. Wouldn't it be nice to live again? I feel like this is an opportune time to have it close out the Surf's Up material and come right after the title track Surf's Up, or maybe Till I Die. And we don't have to do like the 6-minute version. I know there's a 3-minute cut that we could probably do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, beautiful. Thumbs up, big thumbs up for me. Why it
thumbs up for me.
Oh, why it wasn't on Surf's Up, but it should have been on Surf's Up. Take off either student demonstration time, or we can even take off the feet song. I don't care which. Take one of them.
Oh, you didn't. We went so long without mentioning that song. We went so long without mentioning it.
The feet song has to stay. Absolutely not. The feet song is amazing.
The tortured Riley department.
They wrinkle like raisins, Riley. No, I love Wouldn't It Be Nice to Live Again. I think it's a beautiful Dennis song. Really like haunting song too. I love that part where he's like goodbye, like in the middle, like his vocals is really if you wanted that longer version on, I wouldn't vote for it because I think that ending goes on way too long. Like the to live again, like I think that just keeps going and going.
I love that. I love the freak out part, and I knew that like for space. No.
Yeah, but yeah, the 3-minute version I think is really great. I think it's one of Dennis's best, so I love it.
Yeah, I have nothing more else to add. Same thing, like I'd put the 3-minute version on versus the 6-minute version, but I do like the 6-minute version as well. Like Riley said, I really like the freak out at the end. Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Can I nominate an outtake? Oh, Sweet Something. That was a song
Yes.
that it was like, apparently you said, Justin, they found a box that said
Yeah.
Ricky and Blondie or something. And it's like, why the hell was this in the vault for so long? Like, my God, that was that. First time I heard that, I was blown away. I couldn't believe how
Yeah.
great it was. I'm like, why the hell was this in the vault for 50 years? So I'm going to nominate that. I think it's
Absolutely. I want that on there. And like, I love Hold On to Your Brother, but like, I think I'll admit even this is better. And
way better.
it's more Ricky and Blondie representation. Honestly, if you wanted to use that, like even on disc one at the very end, if it fits, there's no reason why we can't put it there as like, oh, here's what's coming next kind of thing. Because I don't think it's needs to.
It
go
wasn't
like,
recorded for anything specifically. Yeah.
right. So it doesn't need to like follow the Holland stuff or any of the Carl and the Passion stuff.
So it's a thumbs up from Riley.
Yeah.
Thumbs up from Justin. Jake.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I do think it's a really great song. I am surprised it was in the archive for so long and they just sat there because I mean it is really melodically really good. Blew me away the first time I heard it too. Um, I think if we can fit it on like where we don't have to cut stuff, I think it's fine. But honestly, I don't know if I really necessarily view it as a full on like are the Beach Boys like are there other Beach Boys even on this? Justin, do you know like on the backing vocal? Is it literally just
I don't believe so. Don't quote me on that though. The information's on the Feel Flow or on the
Sail and Sailor?
Sail and Sailor box set. I know that.
Okay.
I believe it is just there's just them on that track, but that's what the tape said anyways. It just said Blondie, Chaplin, and Ricky Fattar. That's why they didn't find it for so many years.
Because Here She Comes. Are the other guys on Here She Comes?
I believe Carl's on that.
See that more like I don't know that for some reason that makes it more like suitable for me than this just because like
that's fair. It's not like Dennis Wilson and Rumbo where like you have a like brother on it.
Right.
But
I'll
like
vote yes for now.
But yeah, all right. Can I throw out another one?
Yeah. All right.
I wanted to mention We Got Love. Not the 2022 mix because that was god fucking awful. But
heard that one
in concert.
Yes. Well, yeah, we could. I mean, I feel like if we want to do like the in concert version, I know Matt, you're not like for the concert stuff, but I mean like this whole 70 to 74 period
that was out for so long. I'm used to the one that was like the bonus track on the Analog Productions thing.
Yeah. Well, in the grand scheme of things, I guess it doesn't matter, but I personally do want some concert representation. So I do think that we could throw out the live version of this, especially as like a closer. Like I feel like it would work great because it's a good representation of that Ricky and Blondie era specifically, and that the live shows that they happen with them. So We Got Love. I don't care which version, but specifically the live version.
We can do the live version. Thumbs up for me. I just don't listen to live albums. Period. I don't care who the artist is. I just never listen to them.
For me, it's a yes from me. I think I said this earlier, but if we were gonna do the studio version, I wouldn't vote for it. I think the live version kicks its ass. I think the live version is so much better. Yeah, I remember when we first started the podcast. I remember saying like, "Oh, I didn't really care for this one necessarily," but then ever since then, man, it's really clicked with me, and I think it really rips, and I love the vocals on it. And like you said, Riley, it's a great representation of like what the band sounded like during this period, like when they were like a top-notch live act. So I think it would be a great addition to the album, like a good way to maybe close it out. So I'll say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes for me as well too. Same reasons as Jake. I really like the live version over the studio version. Actually, that whole album, the whole in concert album, is just such a fantastic set. I didn't get to say my comments on it during the Holland in concert episode you guys did, but man, that set is just so amazing. It's so amazing. I recently had to listen to it maybe about 2 months ago, and just blew me away. I hadn't heard it for so long, but what a great set.
Yeah, the live Caroline No and Let the Wind Blow on there are freaking phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I had Caroline on my list, but since we're not doing any of the other live tracks,
All right. Any others? I mean,
I have one.
Wanted to, yeah, go ahead.
This one is a bit of as Mike would call it, a downer, but I think it's a really haunting song. "Carry Me Home" by Dennis. I think it's a really hauntingly. I don't even know if I'd say pretty. It's just very like depressing, but I think it's very moving. It's written from the perspective of like a soldier at war, and he's afraid if he's gonna live or he's afraid he's gonna die, and it's just a really moving song, especially knowing like like how Dennis's life was very tragic itself. And I think it's really pretty, but I understand if you guys don't want it on, but just thought I'd give it a mention.
Yeah. I mean, I'm for it. I'm okay with it because I do really like that song. But I feel like of the Ricky Blondie era outtakes, it's not the best. And I feel like we already have "Oh Sweet Something" and "We Got Love."
That's true.
You can and I think I said this too. Like, I really like this song, but personally, I feel like "Hold On, Dear Brother" kind of represents that stuff better for me at least. But I still really enjoy it. But like, I'm gonna say no. But if there's like an expanded edition or deluxe edition, all lowercase, it would make it.
I think I've only listened to this a handful of times, but I remember quite liking it, so I'll give it a thumbs up.
Oh man, it's down to me.
No pressure. No peer pressure.
I like Riley said, I really like this song a lot. But like he said too, we have all these other tracks, and yeah, I'm gonna have to say no. I'm sorry.
The Canadian sorry comes in.
Sorry.
I love the way that.
So sorry.
No peer pressure.
Isn't that album full of autotune? I don't think I've ever actually listened to it.
It's not a great listen, though.
You know what, though? It has Blondie on it. It
can't be worse than Unleash the Love, right? With the dove.
The dove, yeah.
Hey, you're gonna offend Nate. Don't trash that album. Nate was gonna get very annoyed.
Cut it out. We don't have to leave it in.
No, let's leave it in.
It's staying in. Oh, it's staying in.
It's staying in. Nate likes a couple of tracks from that one.
No, I don't know. I never.
Oh, he likes more than a couple.
I just stupid cover art. I couldn't get past the cover art, and he was doing songs with like Mark McGrath and John Stamos.
Oh, that "Do It Again" version he did is one of the most dreadful things I've ever heard.
Well, I don't care for the original, so I'm probably not gonna care for that one. So, after much discussion and debate, we have our playlist for the Purple album, 1970 to 1973. For side 1, Slip On Through, This Whole World, Deirdre, All I Wanna Do, Forever, Our Sweet Love, Lady, aka Fallen in Love, and Disney Girls 1957. For side B, Long Promised Road, Feel Flows, A Day in the Life of a Tree, Till I Die, Surf's Up, and Wouldn't It Be Nice to Live Again. Side C, Marcella, Here She Comes, All This Is That, Oh Sweet Something, Sail on Sailor, and Funky Pretty. And side D, The California Saga, Big Sur, Beaks of Eagles, and California. The Traitor, Leaving This Town, and the live version of We Got Love.
Sounds good to me. I would buy this in a heartbeat.
Oh, dude, absolutely. That gatefold's gonna go cool. It's gonna be so cool. I love gatefolds.
Yeah. I love the rarities. You got like Lady by Dennis. I mean, I would buy it just for that. Would it be nice to live again, of course, and then live We Got Love. I mean, it's a great, great extra track.
Yeah. Oh Sweet Something is not on the vinyl box set.
That's true.
I mean, the first time, yeah.
Yeah. If you're a Blondie and Ricky fan, this is for you. This compilation.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, I think this would be a great compilation. I would definitely pay for it. There's not a weak track on here.
The cover art's really good too.
Did you send it yet to us?
Whoever made that graphic design must be their passion.
Yeah, it really must be.
How about the gatefold? What's going to be in the gatefold? Which picture?
The designer hasn't designed that yet. The designer has not designed that yet.
All right, do we want to wrap it up?
Child of Winter.
All right, shut the fuck up. All right. Thank you everyone for listening to this 22nd episode of Good Timin. I hope you all enjoyed the show. It was a lot of fun putting together this third compilation album with you guys, and I can't wait to do this again in the near future. So as always, if those of you listening like this podcast and want to hear more, feel free to subscribe or follow wherever you're listening. We greatly appreciate the support as it motivates us to make more episodes in the future. Just earlier this week, we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, which we're all really excited about. It's been really cool to see the podcast grow over the past 5 months, and we can't thank all of you guys enough for all the kind words and support. It really means a lot to us, and we're looking forward to seeing how the podcast grows over the rest of this year. So also as a reminder, the Good Timin podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So there are plenty of different places to listen and keep up with the show. So thank you again, everyone, for listening, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.